So we all know what fractions. Fractions simply represent like the parts of a whole. Fractions represent part of a whole. Now fractions come in this format. So these have the numerator and the denominator. You know, the upper part is the numerator, the lower part is the denominator. This kind of fractions, what are these kind of fractions called? Anybody?
Proper
Hello, anybody? What do you say? Okay, proper fractions. Proper fractions, those are fractions whereby the numerator is lower than the denominator. While improper fractions, the numerator is greater than the denominator. The mixed fractions forms in ways like this. 3 over number 1 over 2. Now, whenever we are converting mixed fractions to hello guys, can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, sir.
All right, sorry for the interruption. I was having a network glitch. So I was saying, like, I have a simple question. This is not where I'm going to today, but then let's just get some things right. So I have a simple question. Like, this is 1 over 2 plus 2 over 3. Now, I'm told to do this addition now. I want you to know that there are some questions that you always have to look for LCM, but then instead of looking for LCM, you can always multiply the denominator. Even if I have 3 over 45 plus 2 over 15, okay, let me not say 15, let's say 5. For this part here, I know that 45 is the LCM, but then I feel some of us might not be able to perform LCM. So you can always multiply both of them. Now, multiplying this two now, 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. So I'm having 6 down here. Now, what do I do next? I'm taking this one denominator and dividing it. I'm checking how many 2 can I see in 6? That's 6 divided by 2 is 3. Then I'm multiplying it with the numerator. I repeat, how many 2 can I see in 6? 3. So 3 multiplied by the numerator, that's 1 plus we do the same thing for the other part too. 3 in 6 is 2. I have my 2. Then 2 multiplied by the numerator, which is 2. Very easy. Then now 3 multiplied by 1 is 3 plus 7. But you don't always have to go through extremes to look for the LCM. You can always multiply both denominators and perform this division rule. All right, now what do ratios do? Ratios compare, they compare quantities. Ratios is comparing like one quantity to another quantity. Let's take for instance, I was told in a class that the ratio of boys to girls is 3:1. Ratio is usually denoted as a notation. Something like I said, the ratio of boys to girls is 3:1. 3:1. This is how ratio is denoted. So this is that of boys, and this is that of girls. This is the ratio. And I said I have 3:1 for boys and girls. Sometimes so ratio you can also write it as a fraction. So 3/1. So when I write in 3:1, I can also write 3/1. We are still talking about the same thing. Now, whenever you are solving ratio questions, you always have to add both of them. You always have to add all the quantities. You might even just say, let's stop at 3 quantities. I doubt you have 4 quantities. So you always have to add them up to look for the total. 3 plus 1 is 4. So for boys here, the ratio of boys to girls will be 3/4 multiplied by the total. Why for that for girls will be 1/4 multiplied by the total. You always have to add them up to get the total. Now, for percentages, we know that percentages are always over 100. Percentages are always over 100. Now, let's take, for instance, you are solving a question. Whenever you have an increase in percentages, let's take, for instance, they say there is a 5% increase in percentage. What do you have to do now? You can choose to solve it the longer way, but then we are looking for shortcuts because time might not be on our side. So solving it the shorter way, like they tell you there is a 5% increase. What do you do now? You just simply have to add 5 to 100. You know, our total percentage is always 100%. If they say there's a 5% increase, what do? You add 5 to 100, that will be having 105 percentage now. They say there's a 15% decrease. There's a 15% decrease or there's a discount. Discount also means decrease. What do? You just have to subtract the 15 from 100. So what will we be having now? We'll be having 85%. So what are we working with now? We are working with the 85%. When we are solving more questions, it will look more clear. But then I just want you guys to pull this part. I want you to know this part. And also, there's also one last part I want you to take note of too. Let's take, for instance, you are given a simple question like this. You are told, let's say, 45. Okay, 45 is what percent? What percent of 150? 45 is what percent of 150? Look at it, I'm giving two different numbers now, and I'm told 45 is what percent of 150. So definitely, I'm looking for a percentage, whatever I'm having, will be in percentage. Now, 45 is what percent of 150. What do you do here? You always use this. There's this formula called part over whole multiplied by 100%. So whenever you are solving a percentage question, you are giving the part and you are giving the whole. Look at this. Now, this is just like a part of 150. 45 is a part of 150. And you are told what percent is of 45 is 150. What do? You take the parts, you divide this with the whole, and you multiply it with 100. What do I have here? So I will be having 45 divided by 150 multiplied by 100%. So yeah, I'm having my 0 cancel 0 here. 15 here is 1. 15 here is 3. 3 multiplied by 10, 30. Yeah, 30%. So 45 is 30% of 150. Is that clear? Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right, let's move into solving questions then. Right, so for the first question, okay, so for today, we'll be going through questions from Unilag, post-UTME past question, but then Is this we are going to be sharing it like across all different. Sometimes now we use the foundation. Sometimes we use OEU fast question. Just know we'll be using all of them. But then most of the questions are similar because it's persistent. But don't worry, we'll be taking questions from all of them. So for now, let's go to page. For those of us that have the Unilag fast question, yeah, page 7, question 4. Page 7, question 4. So page 7, question 4. Now you are told three girls. Okay, three girls share a number of mangoes in the ratio 5:3:2. If the smallest share is 16 mangoes, find the highest share. Three girls share a sum of mangoes. Say 5:3:2. I would say the smallest share is. Hello guys, can you see the screen I'm sharing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right now, so we are told three girls are sharing mangoes in the ratio 5:3:2. And I will say the smallest share is 16. Find the highest share. Say the smallest share is 16. We are looking for the highest share. Now we know this is the smallest share. There's 2 is the smallest number. So they say this person's share is 16 mangoes. So we are finding the highest share. Now what do you do first? Now I want you to know that you are giving the total. You are giving the total okay. You are giving the total part for this one for the lowest person. You are giving the total. You are giving all you need for this lowest person. Now, what do I say you do now? I say you always have to add up to get the total whenever you are dealing with issue. Now, to get this first person part now, it is 2. 2 is the number for that person for the third thing, the smallest share. 2. Let's just say this is Toby, this is Bola, and this is Femi. Okay, so they said we are sharing is 5:3:2. So Femi's part is 2. It's like 2%, something like that, of the total mangoes. Now, what do we do now? But to get Femi's total part, you add everything up. Adding everything up, we'll be having 5 plus 3 plus 2. That's equals to 10. So we have 10 now. For Femi's part now, we'll be having 2/10 multiplied by the total mangoes. Now, note, we are not told the total mangoes. We are not given the total mangoes. We're only given their proportion. So what do you do now? 2, that's Femi's part, divided by the total, multiplied by the total mangoes. We don't know the total mangoes. We are only told Femi's mango is 16. So we can denote our total mango as X. Then all of this is equals to 16. Are you guys with me? This is now Femi's part divided by the total, multiplied by our total mangoes. We don't know our total mangoes, so we are denoting it with X. Now this is equals to 16. Why are we doing this now? We want to know the total amount of mangoes we have. We want to know the total amount of mangoes we are sharing. So this is 2 divided by 10 multiplied by X is equals to 16. Multiplying this now, 2 multiplied by X is 2X. So I'm having 2X over 10 is equals to 16. Now looking at this now, whenever you have a single fraction on one part of the equation and a single fraction on the other part of the equation, the next thing to do is always to cross multiply. I have a single fraction. This is a single fraction. Any figure standing in a node is always divided by 1. So I have a single fraction here. I have a single fraction here. The next thing to do is always to cross multiply. I can decide to break this down because looking at this, I have 2 here, I have 10 here. So I can simplify it more. I can say 2 here 1 is 1, 2 here is 5. So I have 1x over 5 now. This is still a single fraction, and this is another single fraction. I said whenever you have a single fraction, the next thing to do is always cross multiply. So cross multiplying, this is multiplying this, and this is multiplying this. So I'll be having my x is equals to 16 multiplied by 5. Class, what's 16 multiplied by 5? Class, 16 times 5.
80.
80. 16 multiplied by 5. 16 multiplied by 5 is 80. What does this mean? It means the total amount of mangoes I have is 80 mangoes. The total mangoes I have is 80 mangoes. Now, out of these 80 mangoes, now we said the smallest person had 16 mangoes, and we're told to calculate that of the largest person. What do you do? Since you already have your total mangoes, now we say our total mangoes is equal to 80 mangoes. What do I do? I already know the proportion of the largest person. The largest person is the one that has 5. That's Toby. I already know the proportion. So what do I do? I'm taking that person proportion, which is 5, over the total, which is 5 plus 3 plus 2, that's 10. Then multiplying by the amount of mangoes I'm sharing, which is 18. Multiplying this, 0 is cancelling 0 here. 5 multiplied by 8 is equals to 40. So what do I have here? I have 40 mangoes. So that simply says the person that has the highest share is taking 40 mangoes. What did I do first? I tried to calculate the total amount of mangoes we have. That's why I denoted this with X. I said we're giving the complete figure for the person that has the lowest one, but we're not told the amount of mangoes we have. So what do? We took that person's proportion, divide this by the total, 5, 3, and 10, multiply by X. We are supposed to multiply it with the total mangoes, but we don't know the total mangoes, so we are denoting that with X. And that is giving us 16. Simplifying, we have our total mangoes here. Then since we have our total mangoes, we are just taking the proportion of the largest person over the total multiplied by our total mangoes. That's giving us that person amount of mango. Is it clear, guys? Hello, class. Is it clear?
No, sir, it's not clear.
It's not clear. Okay. What part is
So,
not clear? Or do you want me to come back on the start?
yeah, I have to ask a question. Why did you start with 2? Why didn't you start with 5 or maybe 3 over 10 times S equals to 16?
Okay. Looking at the question, now in the question, we are told, let's get the question together. We are told 3 girls share in number of mangoes in the ratio 5, ratio 3, ratio 2. Are you with me? Now, they said if the smallest share is 16, they said the smallest share is 16. The smallest share is 16. And what I said, this is the smallest share here. 2 is representing the person that has the smallest share. And they told us the smallest share is 16. So that means that of this person's part is 16. They said this person is taking 16 mangoes. And I say, whenever you are dealing with ratios, you're always taking that person proportion. Now, this is the smallest part, which is 2. So 2 divided by the total, you add up all the ratios. That person proportion divided by the total. Now, 5 plus 3 plus 2 is 10. So 2 over 10 is this person proportion. For the largest person, now this person has the largest proportion. His own proportion is going to be 5 over 10. For the person that is collecting the middle amount, his own proportion will be 3 over 10. It's just as if we are sharing money now, we are sharing 2,000. And they say your own percentage is 2 over 10 of 2,000. This one's percentage is 5 over 10 of 2,000. And this one percentage is 3 over 10 of 2,000. Right now, so we already know that this person's share is 2 over 10. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Hello? All right, you agree with me. Okay, so we know this person's proportion is 2 over 10. Now, 2 over 10 of what now? We are not, we are told mangoes, but we are not giving the total mangoes they are sharing. We only told this person that's the lowest share is collecting 16 mangoes. 16 mangoes, but we are not giving the total mangoes. We only know, okay, it's as if they say you are collecting 500 of the 2,000, but we are not, okay, this part, we are not told it's 2,000. We are not told the total amount is 2,000. We just told you are collecting 500 out of the amount we are sharing. So looking at this part now, since we don't have the total mangoes, what do? I'm representing the total mangoes with X. Then I'm equating it to the amount of mangoes this lowest person is collecting, which is 16 mangoes. You get it up to this point.
Yes, sir.
All right, multiplying is now 2 multiplied by X is 2X divided by 10 is equals to 16. Now I said we can further break this down. 2 can divide both sides. So 2 here is 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So I have 1x here. Then 2 divided by 10 is 5. I have 1x over 5 is equals to 16. Now I said whenever you have a fraction on one part of the mangoes now is equals to 80. So now I already have the total mangoes. I already figured that, oh, this is the total I want to share out of everybody. Now looking at the question, now we are told to find the largest person share. So we only use this lowest person to get the total mangoes. Now we are told to find this person's share of the mangoes. Now I said this person proportion of mangoes simply equals to 40 mangoes. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Uh, right, let's move on to the next question. Now we are still on that same page. On that same page, for those of us that have the past question. On that same page, question 8. On that same page, question 8. Now we are told the population of Smithtown increases at the rate of 3% annually. If the population currently is 25, what will be the population at the same time next year? We're told the population of Smithtown increases at a rate of 3% annually. And now I said something earlier. I said whenever you're having an increase, what do? You are taking the increase and you're adding to 100%. Our total percentage is always 100. So I said whenever you're having an increase, you take whichever increase you're having and you're adding it to 100. Since we're having a 3% increase, now what do? You're adding 3 to 100. So we'll be having 103%. So our total value now should be 103%. Now looking at the question, we're told okay, the population of Smithtown increases at the rate of 3% annually. We already figured whatever we have now is 103%. Now, you said the population currently is 25. What will be the population next year? Now, what does that mean? It simply means we are taking 103% of the total population to know the population we'll be having next year. As if currently we have 25 population, we want to know the population we'll be having next year. And they say it is increasing by 3% every year. What do we do? I say we're adding the percentage increase with the normal percentage, which is 100. That's giving us 1 over 3. So now we're taking 1 over 3, 103% of 100. 103% of 25, I'm sorry, guys. 103% is the same thing as saying 103 over 100. Whenever you have a percentage, it's the same thing as saying 103 over 100. Percentage represents divided by 100. So 103 over 100 multiplied by our total population, which is 25. I have 0, 0 here, I have 0, 0 here. I can cancel it out. 0, 0 is cancelled, 0, 0. So what's 103 multiplied by 25 plus 103 times 25? Hello, guys, are you with me?
2,575.
2,575. 103 multiplied by 25 is equals to 2,575. So what does that mean? Simply means the population will be having next year is going to be 2,575. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Don't forget, whenever you are dealing with percentages, if you have an increase, you are adding the increase. But if you have a decrease, you are reducing the decrease from 100. If you have an increase, you're adding the increase to 100. If you have a decrease or a discount, you are reducing it from 100. Right, for the next question, we are moving to page 9. Sorry, page 11. Page 11, question 9. Page 11, question 9. Now, we are told a class enrollment of 30 students was increased by 20%. What is the new class size? This is similar to the question we just do now. 2 minutes, guys. Can anybody solve it for us for 2 minutes? A class enrollment of 30 students was increased by 20%. What is the new class size? This is even something that should just take you a minute now. Just looking at it, you should know what to do already. So I'm waiting, guys. Just 1 minute, actually. Anybody?
36 students.
36 students. I think someone said something already. Let's solve it together and figure out if the person is correct. Now, we said the total, a class enrollment of 30 students. So now our total students is equals to 30. And we say the total students. total students is equal to 30. So we have 30 people in the class. And now we are told that the students will they were increased by 20%. And I say whenever we're having an increase, we have an increase of 10 to 20% now. Whenever we're having an increase, you add the increase to 100%. So 100% plus 20% is giving us 120%. So what are we doing now? To know the new amount of students now, we are taking 120% of the total students. 120% of the total students. 120% is the same thing as saying 120 over 100. So 120 over 100 multiplied by the total students should give us the new amount of students we'll be having now. Now 120 over 100 multiplied by 30, 0 here. Canceling this 0 here. 12 multiplied by 3 is okay, we have another 0 here. So this 0 here can cancel out this 0. You guys understand the cancelling out I'm doing now? It's our normal basics. I can decide to multiply everything and divide it by this, but then I might be needing a calculator. So I'm just trying to simplify it. This is everything up divided by everything down. This 0 here is cancelling 1 0 up. 0 here is cancelling another 0 up. So I'm left with 12 multiplied by 3. So what's 12 times 3? 12 times 3 is simply equals to 36. So the new amount of students I'll be having now is 36 students. Is it clear, guys? Hello, class. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Page 27, number 4. I want us to look at this question because it's looking a little bit complex, but then it's still simple. So I want us to look at it together. Now we are told page 27, number 4. That is page 27, number 4. So now we are told if XYZ share 514 naira, so that the ratio of X share to Y share is 12:5, and that of Y share to Z share is 1:4. How much is Y share? Now looking at this one, now we are given we have three different fractions here. So we have X, Y, and Z. We have X. We have X ratio Y ratio Z. Now, with the question, we are told they are sharing the total amount they are sharing. Total amount they are sharing is 540. 514 naira. Now, you say X shares to Y share is 2:5. So X shares to Y share, that's X ratio Y is equals to 2:5. Now, and that of Y to Z is 1:4. Y share to that of Z is equals to 1:4. Right now, looking at this now, I want to simplify it now and have everything in a single format like this. I have my X is 2. I know my X is 2. And I know my Z is 4. But I'm having two different figures for my Y. I have Y here to be 5 and I have Y here to be 1. Now, what do I do? We need to make our Y figure be a simple thing. Like we're making it just one number. We want it to be one number. We want it to be the same number. So what do I do? I'll multiply whatever I have here with what I have here, and whatever I have here is what I have here. So 5 multiplied by 1 is 5. So I'll be having this as 5 now. And 1 multiplied by 5 is 5. So I'm having it as 5 now. So what am I having now? I'm having the same value for my Y. I repeat, I'm multiplying whatever I have here with this and this with this. I want my Y to be the same thing. So 5 multiplied by 1 is 5, and 1 multiplied by 5 is 5. So I have my Y to be 5 now. I already have the value for Fine, it was 5/7 multiplied by 540, guys.
2,700.
What do you say?
2,700.
2,700. Are you sure?
Yeah, it's 5 times
360.
5.
360.
360. Thank you. So we know that's actually it's 360. I'm coming, guys. Okay, so we're having 5 over. There's a mistake here. I need to get another way of looking at this. This is, we said the total. Y's parts divided by the total. The total is 5 plus 4 plus 2. 5 plus 4 plus 2. So this will be having 11, not 7. So we're having 5 by 11 multiplied by 540. Don't forget, guys, Y's parts divided by the total of it all, then multiplied by the amounts they are sharing. So 5 divided by 11 multiplied by 540 is what, guys? 5 over 11 multiplied by 540. Anybody?
245.
200.
2.5.
What do you say?
245.5.
245.5. So we know Y's percentage of the 540 they are sharing is 245.5. Is it clear, guys? Hello, guys. Is it clear? Nobody's saying anything. Is it clear, guys? All right, guys. So looking at the option here now, the answer is not in the option. This is the answer here, 245.5. Is that clear, guys? We'll be rounding up now, but then the thing is, I would have loved if we took more, if we can take more questions. Time is not on our side. So what I'll do is I'll be sending questions to you guys. I want you guys to practice the question. Anyway, you have an issue, you let us know. I'll send assignments to you guys so you work on them. Anyone you don't understand, you let us know in the group chat. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
All right, that will be all for today. Also, after this class, we'll be dropping link for test immediately. Please ensure you attempt the test. All right.
Okay.